From in the beginning to the musical apocalypse, this is The Bible Says What. I'm your host, Mike Wiseman. My favorite thing about the show is the amazing people I've had the privilege of meeting and hanging out with. Today, before we begin our regularly scheduled program, I bring you Left at the Valley.
You know, it took me until adulthood to realize that Snuffleupagus was an imaginary friend.
Really?
Yeah.
I still didn't know that. What do you mean he's an imaginary friend? You're blowing my mind here.
Yeah, it started
exactly.
out as like
that's why nobody can ever see him. What?
No one can see him, but Big Bird. Yeah.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to look into that because now you're blowing my mind right now. But by the way, we have Left at the Valley here. Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, this is amazing. We got Kevin, we got Brent, we got Sabrina. Thanks, guys, for showing up. I just want to talk about your show and hang out because, you know, I miss you guys. I've been on the show.
Well, you know what, Mike, as according to our pact, you had your end of the bargain set to bring us on, and as a pact, we decided to stop sending you dick pics.
Oh,
so it's a
thank
done
you.
deal.
Hey, who said I had a dick?
Man, I'm so tired of seeing Sabrina's dick. I'm just it's embarrassing, you know. It's just to compare them, and it's just like it makes me feel small. So,
well, yeah, exactly. It's embarrassing when ours is bigger than mine, right? It's like,
it's all relative, you know.
So, you guys have a show, Left at the Valley. Tell us a little bit about your show. People who don't know
where to start.
We're letting you start.
Well, where do we want to? How far back do we want to go on this?
I know, right?
All right.
In the beginning.
Okay, in the beginning. We started Left at the Valley originally in 2014.
Wow.
At the time, it was called Left at the Valley with Kevin and Karen, which was a girlfriend I used to have at the time. The funny thing is, I got into the whole podcast thing because I was listening to, I became a bit of a more vocal atheist, and I happened to stumble upon a lot of videos of Christopher Hitchens, and I got into Seth Andrews and all that, and all these wonderful podcasts. And I was scrolling podcasts, and I was listening to a lot of them, and I was thinking, you know what? I bet you I can do a better show than this. Turns out we can't. But the thing is,
it's harder than it seems.
I call bullshit.
At least we tried, right?
Yeah.
So we started doing Left at the Valley, and it was bi-weekly in the basement. And we started.
Most podcasts
at first we wanted to do we started out of a group called the Fraser Valley Atheists, Skeptics, and Humanists, FVASH. So I wanted to do a show when 1 week was an atheist topic, a skeptical topic the next week, and a humanist topic the third week. But that doesn't really jive. So anyway, we started doing this podcast, and I had no clue. And I mean no clue. If you guys go back, and like way back into the archives, and you listen to the first couple of shows, they're not even in stereo. They're in mono. That's how bad. I did not know anything.
You've pulled them.
Yeah. No, I haven't. They're still out there.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're still out there. But do yourself a favor. If you do decide to listen to us, don't go that far back. Stick with the last couple of years.
Definitely start with number 4. Gotcha.
We really started to catch our stride there in the 4th.
And amazingly enough, this little podcast opened up so many roads and ventures, and I ended up meeting so many good people. Like Brent Lee, for example, you know, he came as a guest on our show because he was doing a podcast of his own called Unapologetics. And who would have known that down the road, the version 2.0, the podcast, he became a co-host, right? And it's
Congrats.
Wow. It's been a hell of a journey, to say
Absolutely.
We had the original Left at the Valley. We went through a number of co-hosts because I'm the only one that was original. And, you know, some people, they come and they go eventually. Life goes you around. And then when COVID hit, pretty much hit at the same time that one of my co-hosts, Nancy, ended up having cancer. And she passed away not this past June, but the June before that.
June 2020.
Yeah, June 2020. I mean, Nancy was a fantastic little woman. She was this little old Jewish lady, and everybody just loved her to death. And of course, with COVID and everything, we kind of went on hiatus. And I asked essentially our audience and the fans, you know, Nancy wanted us to continue the show. The other co-hosts that I had with me decided, no, we're just going to put it to rest. So I basically asked the audience, all right, guys, what do? Do we keep on going with Left at the Valley, or do we just shut her down? We had done from 2014 to essentially 2020, right? So we had done, you know, a good run. and we were never like extremely popular, but we were kind of quirky. And basically the feedback I got back was, no, we missed the show. You guys are kind of unique out there. There's something special about the show. We missed the show. So I said, okay, well, let's do a 2.0 version. And then I got in touch with Brent and with Sabrina. And then eventually down the road, Benjamin joined us as well. And here it is.
Let's do I was one of the people telling him he needs to do this.
Yes.
Again. Like,
yes.
You know, as a listener, you know, it's like, I need this.
Yeah. There's something incredibly therapeutic about doing this show.
Yes.
You know, there's you get to actually express yourself, and like I've said to so many peoples out there, when you do a podcast, it's about the closest thing we have to immortality. Because you know, and the example I use for that is, think of your grandparents. What do you really know about them? I mean, you've done some little talk back and forth, but can you really go to your grandfather, your grandmother, or even your great grandparents and basically say, what did you think about subject A, subject B?
Right.
You don't really know.
Yeah.
You don't really know how they felt about a certain politician, about a certain subject, about whatever. We were discussing.
I know he was racist.
Yeah. you know some bad stuff probably, right? But you don't really know them.
Yeah.
But when you do something like that, our opinions are out there in cyberspace forever. Who knows? 200 years from now, maybe someone will say, hey, I wonder what crazy great Uncle Kevin thought about this. And you know, there it is. There it is. You know, what do people think about Donald Trump back then or whatever?
Yeah, like what if the whole world just like falls apart, right? And everybody dies, and there's like big flash, and then there's like revolution, all the lights turn out, and then when they finally get them back on, all they have are little tiny podcasts that are put out on YouTube.
There you go.
And then that becomes the new entertainment. You know,
well, it just brings me to the 2012, the movie with John Cusack. You know, his
book
made it and
that was
survived. Yeah, it's not that great, but still, my kid loves it. He loves all the distractions.
I just love how John Cusack could be 6 feet away from any tragedy that's happening behind him. He's always 6 feet in front.
6 inches at some point. Yeah, it's just like
it depends on the shot, you know. One shot, it's like, you know, and then a couple seconds later, you'd think it'd be closer.
It's a
and
fun
now
movie.
It's weird.
No, yeah, of course.
It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So, what made you start it to begin with? What was it that brought you into it?
Okay. Before doing podcasts, my mother would classify me as somebody who always wanted to save the world, and she's not wrong. So before doing that, I used to be part of a group called Cinema Politica. What we would do is we would show documentaries to the public for free, and we have a guest, and we would discuss the documentary.
That's amazing.
Right. All right. And it appeals to a certain niche, right? And I was watching this documentary that came out in 2004 called The Corporation. That was written by a brilliant man, a professor of constitutional law at UBC here in British Columbia, called Joel Batkin. And in his movies, they talk about, you know, corporations being recognized as a person under the law. They have the same legal rights as you and I. So he said, if a corporation is a person, let's psychoanalyze what kind of person we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So the conclusion basically was that a corporation is a psychopath.
Yeah.
But there's a point in his movie where he's interviewing Michael Moore, filmmaker Michael Moore, of all people, right?
Wow.
And Michael Moore basically goes into this movie and he says, see, the thing is, he says, right now you're sitting on your couch and you're watching this and you're saying, oh man, well, that's so terrible. And then you're just going to go back to life, everyday life. And that's what they count on. He says, but I'm betting a few of you won't. And that hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
That really hit me like a ton of bricks. And it's just, holy shit, I could be that someone, right?
Nice.
So then I started thinking, what is it about people? And we always view as corporations as the villain. And of course, it branches into politics. But there's the one underlying thing underneath all that is, why do people believe they have the right to be assholes like that?
Yeah.
And then I realized there's a line in the Bible, since we live in a Christian world, that basically says that gives Christianity or gives people dominion over the earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So according to Christianity, God gave you dominion, therefore you're master of the world. And that thought right there is at the base of everything bad.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So I thought, okay, so maybe it's time to take on religion. So that's why I found a group of atheists, and that's why I started listening to atheist podcasts, and that's where Left of the Valley finally came in.
fucking love it, man. That's great. That's great. So
it's a bit of a nebulous story, but it is what it is.
Well, we all have our own, origin stories as it is. I love that one. So what brought you to atheism itself? Were you raised in the church? I mean, I'd love to go to each one of you on that one. I mean,
okay, well, I just spoke a whole bunch. I'll let Brent go first.
Go ahead, Mr. Voodoo Ranger, brother.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Voodoo Ranger.
Brought to you by.
I was
one day.
Okay. Good job. Oh, that's great. No, yeah, I was heavily indoctrinated. I actually I was like, just to tell you how indoctrinated, like I just was going through my mom just moved out of her house and I found some old pictures and I had I was into like the punk stuff. Of course it was Christian punk.
Yes.
But that was
Crucified.
very popular for a time. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that band.
Hell yeah.
MXPX.
MXPX, Goatee Hook, there's a bunch.
God, right?
It was a bunch of
we
great
could probably talk music for a long time.
right?
I love it.
It's awesome. So yeah, I was super into that, but I had I just found a picture of me that has a guitar and it has a sticker on it. And this is the weirdest fucking sticker to have. It says pornography rapes the mind.
Wow.
Ooh, I like that.
Like what's the fuck? Why is it on the,
Why do you like that?
like, why?
What does it mean?
It's so weird.
I don't even know.
It doesn't make sense.
Pornography
No, it
bad.
doesn't. That's why I like it. It's like,
That's just some awful Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, propaganda, weird
Yes.
shit. Yeah.
Super.
I saw a meme recently that said, don't marry a woman who masturbates.
What?
Yeah, I didn't read any further.
I'm so curious now. What? What's that supposed to
Masturbation's
mean?
wrong.
Pussy
Why is
troll
that
is now
bad?
tamed.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Brett.
No, but I was homeschooled. I was raised,
Same.
Oh no shit.
No shit. Did you do the PACE program, the ACE program? What did you do? What was your homeschool?
I did life packs for a bit. I did the
wow.
an Abeka book.
Yes.
Serial.
I heard about those. Yeah.
I actually have
That's
a box.
amazing.
It's not within reach distance, but I have
putting on the
my
octopus hat.
evolutionist bullshit science book.
That's a real thing.
There you go.
Not the
Like
hat,
most
but the
of science was
book.
just. Yeah, dude. Most of the science was just why science is stupid, which is a weird way to present that course. But yeah, and so I was like heavily indoctrinated. I stayed in the church. I was in a Christian punk band that played around at a bunch of churches and stuff when I was like,
Can I
16,
find your
17.
music?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have.
I need to find.
I
what was your
put
name?
them on like.
What was the band?
It was called Unknown Hour. I don't know if we ever uploaded it because it was so long ago.
I will.
He'll do it.
So,
Brent will do an impromptu song right now, right, Brent?
As a matter of fact,
be,
Brent, do you know?
And
Do
a
you
one,
remember?
and a two, and a three.
I love it.
But yeah, so
what
and
brought
we
you
always,
to
of
the
course,
atheism after all that shit? After all the the indoctrination?
Well, really,
how did you break free?
I met Nikki, who is my partner that I'm with currently and have been for I want to say 7 years.
Congrats.
And yeah, she was just very patient with me and just kind of asked questions a lot.
Yeah,
she's a saint.
Yeah, she didn't really like. I think she could tell that I wasn't like a bad guy or whatever. I was just kind of like heavily indoctrinated, and had beliefs that I didn't never really think about why I thought anything. So, and so yeah, she talked to me, and then Trump, of course, was like starting to do his thing, and I'm like, no Christians are going to go for this. Wait, what? What do you mean? No. And that really made me question. I was like, well, why am I a Republican then? And then I was like, well, because I'm a Christian, that's why I'm a Republican. So
yeah.
And then I was like, well, am I how do I know that shit's true if I didn't know shit like this was going to happen? What I mean? And so it was just sort of tumbling. And I came across God awful movies. That was the other big one that I think put me more into the, and it was because I knew all the movies. That's all we were pretty much allowed to watch when I was growing up was just terrible, awful movies.
Yes, 100%. We had the same childhood. Holy cow!
I know, that's so weird.
He's a brother from another mother,
right? That's too funny.
So you questioned it, and that's where it all started.
Oh,
That's
it crumbled real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Trump was really he did the uptick on, making everything fall apart real quick for me.
Yeah. No, he tends to do that. He's a nut job and a half. That's for sure.
It's like he's basically the Antichrist, y'all. Like, how the Antichrist was described, right?
Right.
Like, you guys get that.
Right. Holy cow. But he's
against abortion, though.
Like he read a Bible verse once. Come on.
Couldn't pick out his favorite, but
I like 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians.
I'm a Christian.
Fuck.
How could you tell a guy never read the Bible? I like 2 Corinthians.
Yeah. It's like first job. I don't know. It's job.
One job, Donald. He had 1 job.
Job 2, 3. I love it. Totally.
Yeah, I've got the best Bible. I saw
Question.
Genesis. That's a car brand. I've got Genesis. I've got a Genesis in my parking lot. Yeah, I love that one.
I wish he would have said that. But like, actually, I'm a capitalist, so my favorite book of the Bible is Job.
Oh,
okay, it's Job.
You got it, man.
I give out jobs. Okay, lots of jobs. I love the job. They're fantastic. The best jobs. Oh, they're incredible. They're amazing.
You're just gonna play Trump forever.
5 points, Brad. 5 points.
That's it.
I'm sorry. I can't hear somebody else do it without doing it. I'm sorry.
It's perfect. It was perfect.
It's contagious.
Sabrina, how did you come to your atheism? What happened?
I was not born into a religious home. And
Good.
So
Congrats.
luckily. And my mom did send me to church when I was 5 to Sunday school, and I stayed in the church until I was about 14. And then I was always questioning it. I was 5 years old in the church, and they were telling us, I've told the story before, but they were telling us that if you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. And all of us 5, 6-year-olds are going, well, we believe. Of course we believe. You've told us there's a God. Of course there's a God. And what do you mean we can't move mountains? And they're literally looking at us at 5, 6, 7 years old going, well, no, you don't. You don't believe enough. If you did, you can move mountains. You don't believe. So, I realize now that they were like gaslighting us at like 6.
Yes.
I've been looking at this mountain for like 2 fucking hours. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm like, still there,
tossing
bro.
the mustard seed at
It's not fucking moving.
Yeah, and we asked, I asked
tried tossing
questions.
the mustard seed. I started spraying the mustard on it. Dijon, honey mustard. It's not working, man.
None of the fucking mustards work.
The church asked,
I even switched to ketchup at some point.
It tastes better.
You ask questions, and the church just tells you shut up and don't question us, and that kind of bugged me. And then when I was 14, the reason I left is because somebody very, very close to me died the day before my birthday, and I had been questioning the church, so I hadn't been going as much. And of course, I have no pressure from home to go, so there was didn't matter that I wasn't going, and nobody told me that she died.
It's so funny that all this started because your mom wanted a free babysitting service around the church. Since like Sunday school,
it's true though.
I'm sure that was a big part of it, and I don't blame her one bit. She was a single parent. I would want to get rid of me and my sister for a couple of hours too.
Honestly, why do you think religion's so popular?
Yes,
free babysitting.
Free babysitting. You know what? That's what I'm sending my kids to church.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it. I just said screw it, and I've never really. I don't think I ever truly believed.
That's good. That's
why I couldn't move mountains.
Seriously, it's such a strange thing. This whole faith and the seeds and the mountain moving and all that. It doesn't add up. I'm glad you were able to understand that and break.
At least you get to learn that mustard comes from seeds somewhere.
That's
I had no idea.
Jesus taught you.
Praise to be Heinz, right?
Oh, and the other one that really I just didn't get was the Mary and Jesus and Joseph story, and because they of course explained it to us is that she'd never been with a man.
Yeah,
and I'm like in my head, like, what do you mean she's never been with a man? She never stood in the room with her dad or her uncle or her dad. Like, what do you mean?
That is
that
is weird. It's like the sleeping together.
That's a great way to take it, though.
Yeah, it's like, when I went on like a bus trip, I remember like we went to Virginia and like I fell asleep on the like next to my girlfriend, because we were allowed to sit next to each other. And I was like, yeah, we slept together, and everybody's like, whoa. Like, no, I mean, we just.
Look how cool I am.
This is of childhood, right? This is of childhood. Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is great. All right, Kevin, your turn.
My turn. I was raised Catholic.
I'm sorry.
I was raised Roman Catholic because I'm French Canadian, right? So I was raised Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
I took to the Bible stories really early. My brother, when I was in grade 2, my brother had a very small illustrated Bible. It was a wonderful little book because you had basically had one story per page, and it's some really nice Renaissance style drawing in the book. And you know, I love the stories of Samson the judge and David beating Goliath and all that stuff. And I really took to the book to the point my mother actually thought that I would actually become a priest. Boy, was she wrong.
I was supposed to become a youth minister, so you know.
Oh, well, there we go.
Holy shit. God, another thing. Dude, you and me.
Same?
You were supposed to
way.
be a youth minister too, Brent?
Yeah, that's what I was,
I'm sorry,
aiming for.
guys.
Or a music minister, but yeah.
I still remember the innocence I had when I was doing these things. I can remember praying for people because as a Catholic, they were telling you that bad people go to hell, you know, and people are, you know, they kind of iffy to go to purgatory. Remember that purgatory?
Yeah.
So I remember I remember praying at night, and I thought that, you know, I guess it was like a bonus point thing. I thought if I pray for people in purgatory, maybe they'll get enough point to go to heaven. And if I pray for people in hell, maybe they'll get enough point to climb to purgatory. Right? So I was just trying to save people right from the get-go. But
Kevin the Savior.
There's just a giant ruler that you have that you can pray to different.
If you know, if you get it's just like Facebook, you get enough likes. You get a
Yeah. For every prayer, God will send you a penny.
That's right. sorry, kiddo. We'd like to call you, but you did your 5 prayers short. Sorry, deadline's over.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do.
He needs them.
So fast forward to my teen years, my early teens, and you know, my mom would drag us to church every Sunday, and I hated it. God, I hated it with a passion. And you know, she make you wear that horrible sweater you like that's itchy, and you don't like it. It's really itchy, and I remember standing in church.
Out of yarn. Sorry, go on.
Derail again.
I'm sorry.
I remember standing in church, and you know, you're standing and you're sitting and you're standing and you're kneeling, and there's a hymn and blah blah blah. And I'm looking around at people, and I realized it sounded so robotic. It sounded so automatic, automaton like, and I realized nobody believes this. They're just here. They're just here because they're supposed to be here, and it's expected of them. And that was my first step into realizing that this was all crap.
Yeah,
it took me a while. When I got around my 18th birthday, I was always into martial arts back then. So I was on my 18th birthday. I was trying to meditate under a tree. this
That's
weird
Buddha of you.
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah.
I was never very good at it. I tried meditating, and all of a sudden I had this image in my mind of a dusty old Bible, right? And it shattered in my mind. It shattered like glass, all of it.
Oh,
and I popped my eyes, popped right open. And I said, I don't believe in this.
that was Satan.
And that's
That was just
that's when I stopped believing in
that was a demonic vision.
Yeah, demonic vision.
The evil one.
Demonic vision.
You know, it's funny. It's funny because when I tell that story, I was telling that story who a believer, and he loves the story until that Bible shatters. Then all of a sudden, it's demonic.
Of course, it is. Satan
That's how it
took you
works.
away.
It's my invisible bad guy that sent you that. God.
After that, I was no longer a believer in Jesus, but I was still a believer in Wu. You know, I still had to. There had to be some kind of nebulous force out there, or something like that, right? So, and that took me a while. I only became like full-fledged, very vocal atheist once I arrived here in BC, and then I started doing the Cinema Politica thing, and then shortly after that, the Left of the Valley podcast. That's when I got into. I stumbled upon a Christopher Hitchens video, and as soon as I saw that man, I just devoured everything that was Christopher Hitchens, all his videos. The man was just amazing.
Seriously,
and then of course that opened Dawkins and all the rest of them,
and it just goes from there.
Yeah, he was definitely
it just goes from there, right? Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
Damn,
but I'm so thankful this has happened to me, because if I compare what I know now, and how I am as a person now, as compared to Kevin back then. I'm a much, much, much better person. Yeah. Not just in knowledge, but also as a person as a whole. Yeah. You know, I'm much more empathetic. I'm much more understanding
But you wanted to save the world back then. What do you mean you're more empathetic now?
I even wanted more now. Only thing missing now is my octopus head and a cape.
Squintopus man. I'm sure.
Squintopus man. Squintopus is here.
You just swing your head to get the bad guys.
This is why I still live with him. I mean,
I
want to live with him. What are you talking about?
He's gonna make you laugh like this.
Trapped.
Great radio.
For
those who are listening to the radio only version, we have a nice hat that's knitted, crocheted. Knitted.
It's knitted.
Describe your hat. Describe your hat, because I'm doing
it's like the sweater octopus. When he was sorry.
For the Canadians will understand this. The Canadians will understand it's a toque, essentially. I don't know what's the American
they call it a beanie, I think, in the States.
Oh, we do call it a beanie.
We call it beanies.
Okay,
here.
Fine.
Yeah.
Call it a beanie.
So like
it's almost beanie weather here.
Just think of a bee on your knee. Poof ball.
Yeah, and
that's a toque in Canada.
And
that's the real name.
And it's got 2 eyes, and it's got a whole bunch of long tentacles. It's fantastic.
It looks great. I love it. I'm very jealous. I wish I had one.
Oh yeah, are you kidding?
I love beanies.
He's been waiting for this hat to arrive.
I've been waiting for this hat to arrive.
He got home real late last night after working really hard. It was at the door. I'm like, "Oh, there's a package for you." He's like, "What? What package?" And then he's still looking at it. You could see it. Just
well, now I want.
He's like, "Oh, it's my hat."
I was just picturing him like by the window, like a puppy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was the
delivery.
Yeah, pretty much. No. He didn't know it was there.
Jumping for the stage.
Where's going from the door to the window, door to the window, door.
Nervous yapping. I love it. Oh man. Well, I appreciate what you guys do. I love the positive atheism that you spread. I think we need more of that, and I appreciate the little bit that you do. And besides where we can find you, I kind of want to know, what was your favorite guest that you guys have had? I mean, besides me.
You were solid.
Check us in the mail, Mike.
That's in the top 10.
There's so many.
Actually, we did have a very good time with Mike, and we really did.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, he's got an easy laughter, and we're not that smart or funny, but Mike laughs with us, so that's good.
It was fun.
Hey, who's not smart? Just because you have problems.
Well, yeah, just because I'm the dumbass doesn't mean every one of us is. I understand. I get it.
I'm pretty stupid too. I mean,
well, hey. I'm smarter for all of us.
There you go.
You make up
Thank
for
you,
it.
Sabrina.
Yeah.
You made it all the way through the modern monetary theory.
Hey, I skipped kindergarten. Okay, that takes talent, and it's for real. I'm not even joking. That's a real true story.
That's amazing.
See, you can't do that in America.
What do you do in kindergarten? You sleep.
Well, not me.
I taking kindergarten. I don't give a
so
shit.
they're like, you need to go to grade 1. You read, you math.
You eat paste and sleep. That's all.
No, that's what the other kids were doing. I was reading them stories to help them fall asleep.
No, you could just eat paste better than the other kids. That's why you were done.
Trying to teach them algebra, and they're all falling. That's what got them to sleep, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. He learned it.
Very helpful.
You still trying to teach me algebra. Still
Modern monetary theory was actually a really fun show.
Yeah. Okay. Best guess. There's so many guests because right now, of course, we got Left of the Valley 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also like 5-6 years of Left of the Valley, the original.
Yeah.
So
and they had everybody.
We did
think
have
of an
amazing.
Atheist, they had them.
Well, we're bringing them back, so we're gonna try and have all those same people.
It's hard. Yes. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick a favorite. But if there was a couple of them that, for myself, I can only speak for myself, that really, really marked me, was the amazing James Randi.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, James, the amazing Randi. Of course, if you don't know, magician by trade and founder of James Randi Foundation, debunker extraordinaire. And the man, when I'm interviewing this guy, and he's passed away now, unfortunately. I'm interviewing this fella, and he's talking to me, and he's flipping cards, and he's in his 90s, and his hand movements is so smooth, and I'm almost mesmerized by what he's doing with card tricks while I'm interviewing him. And he's super, super nice. He had this funny and corny sense of humor at the same time too. He used to say, he grabbed a couple of napkins, he grabbed a napkin and crumpled it up. He says, "Okay, I'm going to tell you a story, Kevin. This is Abraham." So he puts Abraham on the table, and he grabs another napkin, crumples it up, says, "This is his wife Anna." Puts on the table. Okay, so you have Anna and Abraham, right? Yeah, yeah, you do. So it says, if you put them together, what do you have? I said, well, I don't know. What do you have? It says a banana. You know, Abe as in Abraham. And it's the corniest thing in the world. I love it. He's looking at me straight face as he's telling me that, and I couldn't help. I was like, God damn it, man. It's just a fantastic man. And I really wish he was still alive today, because I would love nothing more to interview him again. And I did that. I had the pleasure of doing it in person as well. Not, we're sitting across the table from each other. It was really a huge moment for me.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Is there anybody you wish you had that you hadn't or haven't?
Well, there's definitely my first right off the bat is obviously Christopher Hitchens. I mean, who would not want to interview Christopher Hitchens? Right. And I would be extremely curious to see what Hitchens would say today, not just about atheism, but about the political state of affairs as well. Mm-hmm. Right? He would have. It would be amazing to see what he thinks about wokeness and all that. I mean,
I'd love to.
Maybe it's a good thing he's dead, because maybe he would. Maybe people would not.
No, I don't think so. I think he would. I don't know.
I mean, I'd be very curious.
I think he'd be more solid than the others.
I didn't agree with everything that Christopher Hitchens said, but you have to respect the fearlessness and the fierce dedication that he had to be intellectually honest with a subject. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow, that to me, we need more people like that.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I'm not it, but
Yes, you are, Mike. Don't sell yourself short.
You are, definitely not. Hitchens he was very rare and one of a kind for sure. 100%.
Matt Dillahunty was a great guest as well. The Unholy Trinity, Arnraw was amazing. I've got this picture of me. Oh
yeah, but you're talking about people who've already been on your show, not people you want to have on your show.
Well,
we talked about Hitchens. Yeah.
Well, there's hardly any people that haven't been on the show, so it's
I know. I mean, we're
like four people you haven't, it's like Heath Enright maybe. Like it's
there you go.
Right? Heath and Noah. We've had Eli, but we haven't had.
You've had Eli on. Wow.
Oh, Eli's been on the show several times actually.
Nice. Bart Ehrman. That would be an interesting one.
That would be an interesting one. Because I'm a mythicist.
I really like him.
Yeah,
I gotta be like,
he's got some cool shit out there. I mean, honestly,
I didn't even know mythicism existed until like last year.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I'm one of those like oblivious atheists. I just kind of live life knowing that there's nothing after this life.
Little tidbits here and there, and it's like,
I don't really, I don't fight against Christianity actively or anything. But hearing about mythicism stuff, and it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
It's interesting. It's definitely a very interesting topic. Richard Carrier talks a lot about it as well.
Great guest. I had the pleasure of meeting Carrier in person as well. There's a funny story here.
He's got everybody. There's nobody that he hasn't.
We got Richard Carey up here in Canada. He's giving a lecture and he's talking about his stuff. And we invite him to the restaurant and all that. And Richard Carey loves his scotch. Okay, he loves his drink. He loves his scotch, and he can put him back pretty solid. Actually. So.
Except for you.
This is in the middle of summer. He's drinking his scotch, and all of a sudden he looks in his glass. Oh, there's a couple of fruit flies in my glass. Oh, and I said, just give it to me, Richard. We'll just get you another one, right? He says, no. He grabs a carrot stick. He starts fishing out the fruit flies. I said, Richard, we can just get you another drink. That's fine, man. This is really not a big deal. I said, well, fuck it. He just downs it.
There you go.
Says extra protein.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a couple fruit flies.
Hold on. I feel like you guys are acting like this is something that you shouldn't do. Like, hold on.
Hey, nobody wastes a good scotch, okay?
Yeah. I mean, it was 25-year-old Macallan. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Don't waste the voodoo either.
No.
That's right. Fuck yeah, dude.
One day we'll be sponsored by Voodoo.
One day.
We'll get one day. Awesome.
I'm not allowed to drink on the show.
No.
No,
she doesn't drink on the show, but she's high as hell all the time.
Oh, well, that's okay too. Normal state of affair.
That's what I'm not allowed to do on the show.
It's legal here, so I can do whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not legal
across
there?
my whole country. Yeah.
Well, weed is legal in Canada, of course.
Yeah. Pots.
Oh no, I don't care
about that. October.
I just get
2018.
Quiet.
Go Canada, man. I'm often told that we have it all, so
Yeah.
I'm often told that one of our funniest shows was actually the day that they legalized this in October,
Yeah,
like 3 years ago?
October 2018. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 years ago.
So in October, we decided to do a show where all of us, Nancy was still alive at the time, and this was the original Left in the Valley. We all partake. I'm a big dork, okay? I don't do any of this stuff. I really don't.
He's never been drunk.
doesn't.
Let's like be clear
He's
on how much of
never
a dork this
been
man is.
drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He like
I-
was
I
never
never finished a
17. He
beer.
just
I'll
don't
fully admit I'm just a big.
it's
big
fine.
dork.
He's my
It's okay.
designated driver wherever we go. I have no problem.
Yep.
It's good to have one.
So-
It's good.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm good for that. right?
Anyway,
No, there we go. There's a picture I was looking for. And so we decided to all smoke, and all 4 of us are actually big dorks. We're not exactly sure how we're doing it. Is this a joint? Yeah, we got it right here, and we're putting stuff in a bong. Nancy stays sober because one of us had to, and we're interviewing Rich Lyons, who uses marijuana, and he had his podcast of his own. He used to also edit the Secular Soup podcast, and he's got PTSD, so he uses marijuana to cope with his PTSD, right?
Nice.
And the whole time, I couldn't concentrate to save my life. Instead of calling him Rich Lyons, I kept calling him Ryan. You know, the whole
Ryan.
show. Yeah, the whole show you can hear me eat chips, chomp, 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 and all of a
you're
sudden.
a true stoner. I love it.
I had to stop the show midway. Say, hold on, Rich, or Ryan. I know I asked you this before, but what is it? What's your medical condition again? I kept on asking the stupidest questions like that. The whole show, and of course, Catherine, all of a sudden she's got this ring, and she looks at her fingers. And, whoa! Look at the colors on this opal, man.
Yeah.
Look at the colors. And she's trying to show me. You know,
so you guys
bright
are
and
like
clear.
truly
all of us
baby stoners.
Oh, absolutely. All of us are baby stoner.
We're in the
and-
matrix, you know. It was
Nancy's-
awesome.
Nancy's
That was
sober in the corner, and she's saying, "Help me, please! Someone help me!"
Oh, that's so funny.
Can we
that
do
was
this
one
for
of
the
my
Halloween
favorite
episode?
episodes.
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah,
That's
please.
a great
Can we?
idea.
I'll even do it. Except I'm just gonna sit there quiet and looking at you and second guessing everything I say.
I think Kevin's frozen. Oh no, Kevin's gone.
Oh no! Shit. It's you and I. Anyway,
Oh, there he's
Christian
back.
Pulse, right?
He's back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just have two last questions. One last question here. If I gave you a case of Coors Light,
We're not doing the show again, Mike. We're not coming on the show again. You will not impose your damn fucking Coors Light on us.
I'll take a silver bullet right now.
Oh God.
We'll take a silver bullet for the team, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, we can find a party.
It's not a party.
I can find a
First of
sink.
all, American beer.
Yeah, we're saying.
American beer sucks. Let's face it, right? Canadians drink American beer to sober up, right? That's,
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who doesn't even drink who says that. So imagine that. You might get me drunk on
I
Coors
think
Light, but that's not
Americans
the
are
only
embarrassed
Canadian.
about that though,
What
so
even-
they're like trying to copy Canadians.
they're
I mean,
But-
Like, what is a
next,
Canadian?
next they're gonna want plastic money like
Good
us.
question. What
I
is
know
a
the
Canadian
whiskey.
beer?
Like I'm
I mean,
good with the whiskey.
Molson-
I'm-
Molson
I got
Molson
Belgium.
Canadian.
Belgian beer.
There you go.
Yeah,
I think it's
don't
brewed in
you guys
California
get
anyways.
Canadian.
Like
beer.
everything else.
I don't know if they get
We
Canadian
appropriated.
Do you get kokanee?
beer. That's a BC.
Who?
beer, really.
Yeah, kokanee. You've probably never
Kokanee.
heard of.
Never heard of it.
Molson Canadian.
Mm.
Any Molson.
Oh,
Oh,
is
Canadian Mist. I know Canadian Mist.
Is
That's
that
it.
that's
I don't even
that's
know that.
nasty as-
Dude, that's
Alcohol.
an air freshener.
I mean, really,
bro.
craft beer. It's Canadian beer, and I might be wrong, but
Canadian Mist.
I'm pretty darn sure Canadian beer kind of is craft beer nowadays.
If you want to laugh though, Canadian beer had in the
Had.
past some of the best commercials ever.
Oh.
Just Google Molson Canadian Beaver, and there's
Don't also Google I am Canadian.
Yeah.
But Joe, I am Canadian.
I'll give you the synopsis real quick, right? This guy walks into a bar and he says, "One Molson Canadian," and then this annoying American's right beside says, "Oh, Mr. Canuck, I'm Mr. Canadian." They're laughing.
I know
Says,
this
"Who's
commercial.
your pet beaver?" And he just puts a beaver on the bar. Says, "Right here." The guy looks at the beaver. Then he says to the beaver, "Attack!" The beaver turns around and just jumps on the guy. That's hilarious. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
even
play
drink
that
beer, and I
commercial
love that
down here.
commercial.
Yeah, and
Tends
the
to
I am
be upsetting.
Canadian, the Joe saying I am Canadian, his speech
That's
is just
fantastic.
I don't know if you
legendary.
guys can see this. This is a picture of me and Aaron Raw. He's got me. in a-
Holy shit, it is.
Yeah.
he's got me in a chokehold.
Either that or the Crypt Keeper. I'm not sure which
Right.
one.
Yeah.
You like to have people put you in chokeholds. You've got someone else.
I hate a picture. I hate a picture of just everybody standing and smiling like this. It's. I want something dynamic, something that moves.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a picture of Eli and Noah and Heath. I wanted Heath to put me in a back choke and Eli to bite my arm and Noah to punch me across the face. That would have been a great picture. That would have been a great picture. Don't give me everybody standing smiling. That sucks.
I really want to remember everybody beating the shit out of me. That's
right.
That's what I want.
I could just have Eli lick your face, man.
I guess you could have Eli lick your eyeball.
Right, there you go. There you go. Strange Brew. Is that like
love that movie.
True to life? Is it like a real a documentary with Rick Moranis? Is that how it is in Canada?
Let's face it, guys. Beer. Canada's a better country than the U.S. now. I'm sorry.
And play. Well, that's true, but
I mean, it's hard to argue with that.
But we have more money, so I mean,
yeah, you do. You do. If you guys can catch up, you guys can catch up. I mean,
you might have more money, but we actually care about our citizens. We don't let them die.
It looked dicey for a while there when they got Trump.
Burn.
Sorry, had to go.
We have gone so long. I love this. Where can we find you guys at? Where is this at?
Everywhere.
Give us the location.
Are we going to start the show now, or
anywhere you can find podcasts.
Sesame Street.
We're on Sesame Street.
South Compton, Sesame Street.
Left at the Valley 2.0 on YouTube.
There's my next intro there. Kevin singing Sesame Street.
Leftatthevalley.ca. You can send us an email at leftatvalley@outlook.com. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter at LETV Podcast. You can go to Patreon. Go to patreon.com/LETV. You can help us there grow the show, which, of course, you get an unedited version of the show when you go there.
And a t-shirt. We're working on
getting t-shirts as well.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. Just working on the designs.
They're awesome, man. They're awesome. I love it's all I wear. Literally. It's
so cool.
It's all I wear.
If you become like a really, really good patron, I might get you a Squintopus hat.
You heard it here, folks.
and hey, if you just want to hear us fuck around, and just and watch
like we always do,
and just having fun and making fun of videos and stuff, check out Unapologetics, spelled with an X, panel stream on YouTube. And
it's the same crew. Guys. That's on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but we just have fun and shoot the shit. There's really no structure.
We react to Christian videos.
It's not structured.
And they do their very best to torture me with Christian music.
Yeah.
And
the Bible slides coming back.
You can just see me bang my head in the wall every time they play something. So it's horrible.
Yeah, the last one we did Sunday. Great. It was great.
Just hide
amazing. There was a whole rap without any rhyming.
Goes Kevin.
No
Kevin's
rhyming
gone.
in the rap.
We checked out. We only have Squidbilly here.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm gonna say I was having trouble looking at which eyes. I'm like, I don't know which eyes to look at.
As you can tell, we're really serious.
Yeah, we're totally serious.
Actually, the funny thing is the show is lighthearted, but when it needs to be serious, it actually does turn really serious on a dime. Yeah. And it's one of the reasons that we actually won the Best Canadian Atheist Podcast for 2020.
Yeah.
Congrats.
We actually did. We actually did that. And
you did. We didn't. We weren't part of the show yet.
I wasn't there yet.
Way to go, Kevin.
And they deserved it because it's a great show. I mean, it really
hey, if they do them again, we'll win again.
Exactly.
Yeah. God damn it. I don't know how I can be part of it, but it's all right.
we went against some pretty big names, including Brainstorm with Corey Johnson, Logic, and even Vice Rhino was in the competition, and we beat them. So I was like, oh well, shit.
Congrats.
That's pretty.
Maybe I'm not so bad after all.
Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Quit hating on yourself, bro. Like, dude, you're great.
You guys are awesome. You guys are seriously. I love it.
You're smart enough.
Check out the show. Look it up. Patreon is definitely a great option. I love it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna be on, again here eventually.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Mike, when do we start the show now?
The show we're starting right now. Right about.
Cool.
Okay, hold on. And welcome to the show, everybody. Today we have left at the valley. That was just the warm up. What are you guys doing?
Oh,
I got it.
okay.
Everything you saw there, that was like behind the scenes. Now we're going to do the real show.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I love it. We'll keep in touch.
Mike,
for
you're
sure.
the only show we'd like to do, and we'd like to say that as you noticed, we actually got dressed for the show.
I noticed that you have a shirt on today, so it's a plus.
I don't have sleeves, but I actually have a shirt on.
It's a half a shirt,
Yeah. Because usually it's just a hat. I'm completely naked usually, and so is Brent.
And I kind of want to end it with your amazing Jeopardy parody. So for the folks at home who are about to listen to the end of this,
Oh God, Jesus!
welcome to the Jeopardy parody.
We dedicate this parody to dear past Alex Trebek.
Love it. Oh, Alex,
I'm sorry,
Trebek,
we
great
butchered
human
your
being.
show.
Great human being.
Yeah, it's a funny hat. It's a big hat.
Hilarious. Holy shit! I still laugh about it. Jesus is the only answer.
The answer's always Jesus.
we've actually started doing like little skits like that. They're all over the place. But
I love it.
Every second episode or something like that, we still seem to have a little skit. So
Mm-hmm.
a little humor, it's always good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, man. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the laugh. Thanks for the good time. Thanks for what you do and spreading that positive atheism. We need it.
Thank you for your hard work, Mike.
Mhm.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Big fan.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks
guys.
for having us. It's great.
Talk to you later.
Welcome back to Jeopardy Southern Edition. Our contestant didn't make it on the board in round 1, but we hope to change that soon. Chad, you have the board.
I'll take history for 200.
The answer is an American statesman, diplomat, lawyer, architect, philosopher, and founding father, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence.
Let's see who is Moses.
That is incorrect. The answer was who is Thomas Jefferson. Sorry about that. Daisy May, you have the board.
I'll take science for 400.
And the answer is the study of life in living organisms, including their physical structure, chemical processes, molecular interaction, physiological mechanism, development, and evolution.
Jesus! The answer's always Jesus.
No, we were looking for what is biology. Okay, Bubba, you have the board.
I'll take world leader for 200.
The answer is world-renowned peaceful man who advocated non-violence at all costs in his diplomatic relations.
Well, clearly, who is Donald Trump? He said be peaceful, just before he told us to fight. But Donald Trump. Clearly.
Trump? Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell is wrong with you? What are you talking about? Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. You inbred imbecile. What the hell is this? I'm out of here. I don't care about this, Tom. I can't believe this crap. I'm getting off.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. I find it amusing and slightly annoying when a Christian claims that their prayers and special pleadings can stop or reverse evil things. Let's take sneezing, for instance. Once upon a time, humans believed that saying God bless you after someone had sneezed was beneficial to the person who had sneezed because it would stop the demons from entering them or their soul from escaping or keep their heart beating. Pope Gregory I thought it was so important to reply to every audible sneeze with a God bless you that he made it a papal edict, forcing everyone within earshot to utter the phrase God bless you. Many Muslims respond to the assaulting outburst of germ-coated saliva with a hearty praise be to Allah. Many cultures and religious cults have their own responses to a sneeze, all just as ridiculous as the next. Why do we still follow these laughable rituals? Why do so many find it rude when someone fails to respond to another's voluntarily violent action with a God bless you? Why have we not moved on? Religion. This idea of a perfect and merciful, invisible man has clouded our judgments and twisted our views. The deceptive guiding light of faith and belief in the absurd has stunted our growth and fed off our insecurities and fears for far too long. It's time for religion to find its final resting place among the many blunders along the human journey. Let's start the show.
Is there anything in the Bible that you yourself have an issue with?
A divine blast.
Actually enjoyed arguing with you and stuff.
God doesn't kill children.
What do you think the Passover was? Are you reading a different Bible?
No.
You worship him because of the things he's done. Why can I not judge him because of the things he's done?
Obey me or I'll kill your kids. It doesn't seem very
well, that's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man, what a tough life.
Today's special guest is author, ordained metaphysical minister, and certified metaphysical practitioner, Reverend Craig Wright. Welcome to the show, Reverend.
Thank you. It's Reverend Dr. Craig Wright.
Reverend Doctor. Apologize.
I just want my mom to be proud of me.
Oh, we all want that, don't we? That's for sure. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction into your book.
Oh, okay. My book is entitled It All Adds Up, and it's about numerology, a science that I discovered and have been studying and pursuing and learning and growing from. And the book actually came about as a result of my dissertation. You have to, write to get your PhD. And so I just put a cover on the front and an ending on the back of it, and I had a book. But it's basically about my awakening, how I was guided to the science of numerology, which predates Christianity by some 3,000 years, by the way, and how enlightening it was, and how numbers are so fascinating, and the information contained in them can be so useful. So that's what the book is about. The book is about the secrets of numbers, how you can use them for self-discovery, compatibility, finding the right job. It's like a self-help cornucopia.
Can even find the right job. That's quite a thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, I'm very curious. How does that work? How do the numbers find the right job? Is it a birthday? Is it a name? How does that work?
Well, there's a number called the career number, and it's found by adding your month, day, and year together.
Birthday.
Yes, your month and your day and your year. And the sum of that will reveal your career number. Let me say this.
Career number. Okay.
There's only 9 numbers, 1 through 9. After the number 9, there
0.
are new numbers. That's correct. 0 in the beginning. So in numerology, 0 is a symbol for God. Funny, you should pick that up.
That's
anyway,
funny.
0 is a symbol for God in the beginning. Then there's only 9 numbers. Everything else is one of those 9 numbers. Also, it's important to understand numbers are different from figures. If I hold up a bottle and say I have 1 bottle, that's a figure, a quantity. But if I look closer and I say, Deer Park is number 1. Now I'm talking about a quality, not a quantity, but a quality of being the best. So that's the secret of numbers, is every number reveals a quality. Everybody knows about number 1, but 2 is peace, 3 is expression and youth, 4 is work, 5 is freedom, 6 is service, 7 is faith, 8 is money and power. That's a carat they use to get us to chase to make the system work. At number 8, 9 is selfless giving. That's your name. Once you reach the number 9, you've gathered all the information, all the other numbers, and you are a universal soul. The mission of the number 9 is to uplift the planet and to open everyone's mind.
There's a lot there. That's a lot. Okay, so how did we get 0 equals God?
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
It's the first. And it doesn't matter if you call God, the creator, Allah, Buddha, universal consciousness. There's as many people as there are. That's how many names this source has. I like I like what they say in Jamaica. One love. That's one love, man. That's all inclusive, right? So I don't want to get hung up on names, but before there was a creator. Before the creation, there's a creator, and that's symbolized by 0.
What was before the creator?
Nothing's before the creator.
Nothing?
How can something be before that which creates all?
Well,
can you explain that to me?
Well, somebody had to create the creator at that point, right?
Why? Who can create the creator?
You're talking about a beginning, and if everything has a beginning, why does the
I
creator not have
I didn't say everything has a beginning. I said 0 symbolizes the beginning of all. That's the creator. From that flows number 1, number 2, number 3. So I don't want to get caught up in semantics, but there is a state of nothingness, whatever you want to call it. God, the creator, Allah, there's a state of nothingness. That's what the 0 symbolizes. I'm a numerologist.
Yeah.
We refer to 0 as the beginning of all. The God consciousness, however you want to say it, that's the first cause, if you will, the spark, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, yeah. Whatever you want to call it, honestly. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So numerology, why did you choose this? What happened? What brought you into it?
That's a great question. It's like I didn't choose numerology. Numerology chose me. I got very, very good grades in math and science in the 7th grade, and my parents decided they were going to have an engineer in the family. Okay, onward and upward. Education, that was the main thing. My parents were born in the teens, in 1918. My dad fought in WW1, and education was supposed to be, I'm sorry, WW2, and education was supposed to be the way to success, right? My mom was a school teacher, so I was never out of school. So it was math and science, math and science, math and science. I was going to be an engineer after flying jets for the Navy and fighting for my country. Well, at age 21, while I'm engaged in all this math and science, I didn't believe I didn't believe in God. I was an atheist. If you couldn't measure it, quantify it, divide it, if it wasn't in a theorem, it wasn't real for me. You know, I was a scientist. I'm still a scientist. But my best friend died of a drug overdose when I was 21.
Sorry about that.
And I didn't even know he was using. How can you lose your best friend to something like that and not be aware of it? Yeah. I should have been able to help. And there should have been something I should have been able to do if my head wasn't stuck so far up my rear end. I was so self-absorbed, focusing on myself. He was gone. He was gone, and that crushed me. My belief system, my math and science didn't hold me up. So I began to cry and to seek and to ask whoever was out there listening, why was this happening? What's the meaning of life? Why am I here? I'm just throwing questions out. I don't believe in a higher being or a God or anything. I'm just throwing questions out. Why? Why? Then one day I hear a song, and the song is by Roy Ayers, and it's called In Search of the Third Eye. And the lyric is, sequence of numbers secrets of sound, secrets of wisdom will be found. I said, well, I'm looking for some wisdom. I need some answers. So I bought the song. I'm listening to it. I read the jacket back in those days. This is 1972.
When music had like CD cover or cassette covers, sorry.
These were albums, press wax, even back further. You opened up, it told a story, you read about it, So I'm reading about it, and this guy who wrote the song read a book called In Search of the Third Eye. It took me 2 years to get a copy of that book. There was no Amazon, there was no Google. This is 72. It took me 2 years, and I finally got my hands on this book. So I'm reading about it, and it's talking about numbers and how they're different from figures, and what the number 1 means and what the number 2 means. So I'm reading this stuff. I say, oh, okay. Then it starts talking about the number 7. And 7s are here to, 7 stands for faith and wisdom. On the 7th day, we're told God rested. So 7 means rest. When we rest, we're still and we're quiet. This is the pose when you're in a library or studying or reading or being by yourself. So I'm reading this stuff and absorbing this stuff, and it's telling me 7s are researchers and analyzers and thinkers. By the way, I'm in the Library of Congress because there's no books in the library about numerology. You can't Google it. So I was led to the Library of Congress to research this stuff. I can't tell you who was leading me, who was guiding me, but I heard a song, got a book. Next thing I know, I'm in the Library of Congress trying to find these books. So I discover I'm a number 7, and my mission is to research the meaning of life and share it with others. And here I'm in the midst of it, actually doing what I'm supposed to do. That's when I realized my quest was being answered. I was getting the answers I was putting out there. Why was I here? Why was I here? The answers were coming in. I began to just read everything I could on it, absorbing all the information. I realized also that this is just part of a larger whole. This, what we call physical life, we're not physical beings having an occasional spiritual aha moment. We're spiritual beings on a temporary physical quest. We go back home. So my friend was somewhere laughing at me, okay, and laughing at me saying, that's what I came there for. Now you're on track. Okay, so I began to interpret things in a whole different way, and it brought from sadness. I went from being sad to being thankful to him for like being a booster shot, an awakening for me, because I've been able through this science really to help a lot of people. What happened was my test, that was my test to search, became my testimony, and I began sharing information with people. When somebody's drowning, they don't care who throws in the life raft, right? I would hear people, I would get signals, they would say their name or birthday, and then I would receive information to share with them, and it would help them. So eventually, people started asking me, oh, do me, do my name, do my birthdays. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? And that's how I became a numerologist.
It was comforting. It was comforting to them and to you. This idea of your friend still being there and still being part of the whole cycle and going back to where he came from. That was comforting to you, right?
It's the only way it made sense.
It was the only thing that really
it's the only way it made sense. What I did, I put a question out to the universe, and that's the answer that I received. I didn't know who I was talking to.
So let's go into this. You're a 7. You call yourself a 7, a researcher, right?
Yes. My month, day, and year equal the number 7.
And that means researcher, correct?
7 is a symbol. It's a symbol. Have you ever taken any music classes, Mike?
A little bit here and there.
Musician? Musician? You sing a little bit?
No. I did violin. I did drums.
Okay.
I did all that.
String instruments and drums. String instruments or drums means there's an 11 somewhere in your chart. Okay. But the reason why I brought it up
11? I thought it was 9.
Well, I said somewhere.
Okay. We're gonna have to go to that.
Follow me.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow you.
The reason why I brought that up is because musicians use letters for notes and numbers for timing. So letters are symbols for vibrations. When we're in grade school, the teacher says, that's the A sound. So numbers letters and numbers are symbols for vibrations, just as musicians use them. And they use, like E, every good boy does fine, right? F-A-C-E on your scales, right? I had a little music back in the day.
I remember that. That's all coming back.
Okay, so by the same token, the letters in your name are symbols for the word that created you.
See, now you're just taking this extra step that just throws me out there. Okay, so let's go to my name. You said my name. I'm gonna pull it up here for, it's here somewhere. A 9. I'm a 9, right?
Yes. Well, that's your first and last name. I don't know your middle name, but you're operating as a number 9 when you use that name.
So can I be a number 9 and a number 7 at the same time?
Well, I don't know what your middle name is.
Okay. Well, because let me throw that.
So
out.
that comes into are you following me? You find your destiny by using the name on your birth certificate.
Okay.
All I had was your first and middle name. So what I did as an example, I provided you with that information.
Well, okay, it kind of reminds me of astrology. You've got the same thing with the astrology. You're born on the stars wherever they were at a certain time. So you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be this. Well, I attribute myself to a lot of mixed astrology signs. I'm not just one, just to define.
When is your birthday? You see, the numbers don't lie. When is your birthday?
4/15 is my
4
birthday.
4 plus 15 equals 19. Okay. So add up the numbers in your year. For example,
what does that mean?
If it's, I need your whole birthday to tell you.
4/15/81. Apologize. 4/15/81. Everybody knows my birthday.
I didn't know if you want to tell your birthday.
No, you're good.
You weren't saying anything.
I'm old.
All right.
What happens?
Here we go. 4
Here we go.
plus 15 is 19. Right? You with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, we're gonna put that aside.
Numbers.
What's your year? What's your year?
81. 1981.
1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1 equals. Are you with me?
No, sorry. Why are we not using the 1981 part, not in just the
We
one?
are 1981. It might be easier if you had wrote it down. 1981. That's your year. We're going to add all 4 of those digits. This is your year. 1981. Add it up. 1 and 9 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Are you following me?
Simple addition, yes. 19.
Okay, I don't want to go without you. That's why I keep asking.
No,
Do you see what I'm doing here?
Math is not my strong point, so
not a problem.
100%.
That's why I'm going very, very
19.
slowly.
And what does 19 mean?
Plus 9. No, we haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay.
1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 19. Your month and day. 4 plus 15 equal 19.
So
Stay
19,
with
19.
me.
Gotcha.
19 plus 19 equals. You tell me. 19 and 19.
But what is this? What is
We're
it
not
getting to
finished.
in the end?
We're not finished. We're not finished. Go with me. Trust the process. We're going somewhere.
Okay.
Don't get off the bus before we get there and tell me, why aren't we there?
Okay. Okay.
If you get off the bus, how are you going to say, why aren't we there? 19 and 19 is 38, Mike.
But why are we adding 19 to
Let
19?
me finish.
Okay,
Let me finish. What I'm sharing with you and your listeners is called the birth path number and the employment number. And it's found by adding your month, your day, and your year. That's why we're doing this. 5 plus 14 plus 19 equals 38, and 3 plus 8 equals 11. That's the 11 I told you about when you told me you played string instruments and drums, and I said, there's an 11 in your chart. And it shows up in your birth date.
Yeah, but I gave it up, though.
Reveals.
I mean, hold on.
Okay.
I gave up all that stuff. I was terrible at it. I was never
That's
very
fine.
good at
We
it.
have freedom of will. That's fine. But you're missing the point. I
what's the point?
predicted. I already told you about the 11 before it even showed up.
Yeah.
That's the point. And why did I say it? Because of the string instruments and drums. So what else is the 11 for? The 11 makes you a light. Look at the sheet that I sent you. The number 11 is called the master teacher and the master of revelation. So your job is to reveal things. The number 11 is a light. You got a big spotlight. You are a spotlight and you're revealing things. That's your purpose, and to teach others. That's your job. You can do that in the classroom. Many 11s don't work in the classroom. You are the lesson. The way you walk, the way you talk, the things you do. The 11 is the lesson.
But that could be taken any way.
The master teacher. That's right. You can take it any way you want. But if you look at the sheet, you will see the number 11, which is your month, day, and year. That's going to be 11 every time. 1 and 1 is always 2. All right. So the 11 is going to show every time you add your month, day, and year, you're going to get 38, and 3 plus 8 is going to be 11 every time. And the 11 is all about revelation. And that's what you're about. You're about, what's this all about? What's the name of your show? What's this all about anyway?
Well, I would also argue that, you know, I'm a number 1, leadership. A number 2, a cooperative and peace. Number 3, expression, abundance. That's me. These are all me. Work. Number 4, work and orderliness. That's 100% me. Freedom and change. Yeah, I'm all about freedom and change. Number 6, service and responsibility.
Right. Now, if you look at the top of the chart, you'll see each number is represented by a letter in the alphabet. Okay. Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
A is 1.
Number 2.
B is 2.
Number 2
C
is cooperation
is 3.
and peace.
Do you see the letters?
I see them. Yeah. I see them. And
A,
for B, K, and T is 2. B, K, and 2. T.
There you go. So every letter represents energy. So yes, we're all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 9. Every letter in your name, you would change it for those numbers. If you look under Michael, you'll see 4. You say, I'm working orderliness. That's right. That's the first letter in your name. M for Michael, 4. Right. Which stands for work and orderliness.
What about 2 though? 2 has BKT, and it's cooperation and peace. I'm all for cooperation and peace. 100%
What was your number? Okay, that's right. What was your number I gave you? No, we just did your birthday.
Oh, that one was 11.
And 1 and 1 is, how much is 1 and 1?
2.
What about 2? You're saying that is 2. 1 plus 1. That's right. You're all about work. That's the M, and all about cooperation, bringing people together.
So I'm just all of these.
That's the number 2.
So I'm just all of these, essentially.
If you look at your name and you look at the energy symbolized by the numbers that I put under your name, that's what you are. All of those.
All of those things.
But if
4,
you add
9,
them,
3, 8,
if you
1,
add
5,
that
3.
up, but if you add that up, it adds up to 33.
33 for Michael. 30 for Wiseman.
And that's called the master.
Altogether.
The 33 is called the master healer, and here for express universal love. And the number 3 stands for expression. So you're here to use your voice, singing, painting, dancing, writing, anything artistic, decorative. And the 0.
It's such a big blanket.
Yes,
to
it
throw
is.
over everything.
Yes, it is.
And how
Why?
do we?
Because we have free will. All right. Numerology doesn't say, hey, you got to go out and you got to plant tomatoes. Numerology says, if you're going to plant something, do it in the springtime.
No, that's
don't
science.
do it in the
Science
wintertime. Numerology is a science.
Well,
numerology is a science.
I don't see it as a science here, because you're giving a blanket.
When you're adding 1 plus 2, these are formulas. It's just like the trajectory to the moon is a scientific formula. This is scientific.
You're using numbers to tell me I'm a human being and that I have these attributes. I don't need those numbers to tell me that. Just like I don't need the stars to tell me who I am and what I am.
I'm not using numbers to tell you anything, Michael.
That's what it sounds like.
Using numbers to tell you anything. What I'm doing is using the science of numerology, which is 3,000 years older than Christianity, and I'm substituting the numbers for the letters in your name. Each number has a meaning. The answers are already there.
Right.
Those
the answer's already there. We don't need these numbers to tell us.
Number one has meant leadership long before people knew what a number one was. You understand what I'm saying?
Not really, but that's okay. Let's go to the. I want to get to the job part because I'm really very curious about this career thing. So with the 11, what?
Yes.
How do we get to my career from there?
Well, you mentioned it. You already mentioned it. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. If you look at the sheet, what does the number 2 mean?
Cooperative and cooperation and peace, and that's just a basic thing that people need to have a.
If you hold up 2 fingers, that's the peace sign. You have free will from there.
I don't understand. So what is my career based on these numbers?
Okay. Your career number was a number 11.
Correct.
And so I'm going to tell you again. All right. Because we did go over it. But if you're asking again, I guess it's important. What does the page say about the number 11?
Master of revelation and teacher.
Okay. See, I'm not saying anything. I'm sharing with you what a 3,000-year-old science says about the number 11.
And I'm telling you,
I didn't create numerology.
You believe in it, though. This is your thing.
I didn't create numerology. Well, you just told me you're all about cooperation. Where's the number 2? Where's the number 2? I didn't say that. You did. So I'm not trying to convince you of anything. You know who you are. You just told me about the number 2. And if you add 1 and 1, it adds up to 2. Sorry, I didn't make that up. I didn't choose your birthday.
You're just well. Okay, so what's the
I didn't even know your birthday.
What's the career?
You just said it. Now see what you're trying.
I'm going to be a teacher.
Here's your idea. Here's your idea.
I'm not a teacher though.
You think? Yes, you are.
Oh, I am.
Yes, you are. You're teaching people every time you speak. Every time you open your mouth, you're teaching. You don't have to be in a classroom to be a teacher. Would you agree with that?
No, but I'm very curious.
Of course not. You can't, right?
Okay.
No matter how true it is, you can't. That's the whole purpose of the show, right? Well, you told me you're a 2. I told you the number 11 is going to pop up somewhere. And folks, I did not have his birthday. You know this guy. This was not planned.
I'm still not shocked and surprised, though.
Neither am I.
Okay.
I've been doing this 30 years. I knew you were a number 11. I'm not shocked. I told you before you gave me your birthday, it was going to be there. Why? I've been doing this since 1972.
So, okay, we'll get into this. I want to know where numerology is in the Bible 100%, but what I see is just a blanket of ideas. Well, you could be this, you could be this. These are all human.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you read my book?
Underline or
did you read my book?
No, I didn't finish your book.
Okay. Well, to look at a couple of numbers for 5 minutes and not do any study or research, that's how it's going to appear to you.
But Craig,
okay,
it's
an invitation.
I am all
it's supposed to be confusing. It's an invitation to go deeper. If you look at the numbers under the letters in your name, you were all of those things.
Right,
yes.
because I'm a human.
Yes.
That doesn't make
it
right.
Right. That's right.
But that doesn't make it true.
You're a human. That's right.
Numerology is it's
what do you mean it doesn't make it true?
It's very
I don't understand.
I don't need these numbers to tell me
I don't
that
understand.
I have a good work
I didn't
ethic.
say you need that.
I don't need these numbers to tell me that I
didn't say you did.
I
did not say you did, Michael. You're trying
using
to
them
impose.
Okay.
You're trying to impose or tell your audience that here's Craig trying to tell me I'm a cooperator. I didn't say that. You did. Here's Craig trying to tell me I bring people together.
No, you're telling me the numbers say that.
We found the number 2.
But you're saying that these numbers say that.
Here's Craig
right?
trying to tell me I'm a hard worker. Where's the number 4 when that's the first letter in your name? So that's
I don't need
foundation.
the numbers to tell me this.
So,
Craig.
no, you didn't.
No.
But the interesting thing is the numbers did not lie. You didn't need them. Why? You're a number 9. I'm
a number
spirit.
everything, apparently.
You're a number 33, which puts you on a very high level of understanding.
I'm a number
So
1
all
through
I'm
10.
doing for you is confirming these things. But I'm pretty sure there's some people out there in the audience who are saying, wow, that guy said he was a number 11 before he had his birthday.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah, we'll see.
So somebody's saying that out there. So what does that mean? Just like I was able to discover and find and get information that helped me by studying this science, okay? 1 and 1 is 2. That's not hypothetical. It's not ethereal. I'm not a mystic. I don't have a crystal ball.
No crystal ball.
This is science.
Just numbers.
1, the first. 2, partnerships. 2, cooperation. 1 is more than 1. You got to learn how to cooperate. If Adam was 1 and Eve was 2, when 1 and 2 get together, that's 3. That's children. Okay. Now, if you look at the numbers, I don't know your middle name, you may have some energy that's missing. So maybe you have some energy that's missing. So all of this, not you. But consider this. You keep saying, well, all this is me. That's general. Well, each of us is made up. Everybody, exactly. Everybody.
Just like the star thing. The whole
every
astrology.
Human.
I'm a part of all of those different systems.
That's different from numerology, but
how
our bodies are made of the same thing. Your body has blood. My body has blood. Your body has bones. That's all. That's washed over. That's so general.
That's all of us.
That's all everybody. Exactly.
So it's not that special.
Exactly. But when you look in the mirror, unless you have an identical twin, even though it's the same substances, it's been put together a little different for everybody. I'm only 5'10". I know people who are 6'4", 250 pounds playing football.
Well, we're talking about not physical attributes here. We're talking about...
well, it's all made of the same thing. Blood, cells, bones. Like you're saying, all these numbers are so general. Well, that's the body. The body's made of the same thing, but it's put together differently. And it's the way it's put together that makes the difference. I'm not a master healer. You are. I'm not a 33. You are. I'm a number 11 like you. So we're both here to share the light.
I am 100% not a master healer.
Oh, yes, you're healing. Make no mistake.
I have yet to heal anybody.
So
when someone's
in, so let me ask you this, and be honest. When someone is in trouble, you've never heard anybody in trouble call and ask you to come help? Okay, the number 6 is about rescuing others, and the 33 is the rescuer. So if you're not rescuing people,
of course somebody's going to step in if somebody needs help.
No, don't give me no of course.
That doesn't mean
don't
numbers.
Give me no of course. You just said
if somebody's in trouble, people are going to help. They're going to step in.
Not everybody.
That doesn't have anything to do with numbers.
Some people step over. Some people step over if they see someone falling down. You can't do it.
I don't
if you hear a call for help, you will be there. That's the master healer.
I haven't helped everybody that's called for help. 100%.
That's the master healer. Okay. So if you hear a call for help, you're there. In fact, you may have to learn not to try to help people and learn to let them stand on their own. Because if mom and dad picked us up every time we fell down, we never learned how to walk. Okay. Right. So some people, you got to let fall on their face.
All right.
Or the way I say it, let go and let God.
There you go. Next topic. Where in the Bible is this numerology? Where does this concept show itself in the Bible?
How long is your show?
Well, I noticed you had a verse.
Let me just pick
Psalm
a couple
90.
of.
You had Psalm 90.
Let me just pick a couple. Okay. We'll use that one that you.
Yeah, Psalm 90. I have my Bible's here turned to it, so I mean we can. That was the one on your website. And it was Psalm 90, verse 12, right?
That's part of the title of my book.
Yes.
My book is entitled, It All Adds Up, Psalms 90, verse 12. So teach us to number our days so we can apply our hearts to wisdom.
Okay, right there. Number our days.
Yes.
How do you get from number our days to numerology?
Okay. Well, remember, I spent years studying at the Library of Congress. So I don't think I'm going to be able to just transfer this over to you.
Well, if you can explain it simply, that means you understand it. Right?
Yes, I will.
So, all right.
I've been doing this 30 years, but I'm not sure if you'll understand it. I don't think you'll understand it.
Probably
but
not.
I'm going to explain it to you.
Give me a shot.
All right. This is a direct reference to the mystery schools of Egypt. Are you familiar with that term?
Not
the
really.
Egyptian mystery schools.
No, not really.
See what I mean? So learning.
Where does
in
it
order
say
to learn,
Egyptian
I've got to have something to hang it on. To make the connection, I have to make a link. So I'm trying to find something to hang this on. That's why I was saying I could tell you, but I don't know if you would.
All right. Well, let's break it down.
Understand
here.
it.
Teach us to number our days. And
so
what get out of
let me just share
days,
this with me share this with the listening audience.
Please go ahead.
If you will allow me. Okay. There's a thing called the Egyptian mystery schools that maybe Michael look them up after the show. And these were schools where the great masters from around the world came to study. Jesus studied there. Moses studied there. Pythagoras studied there. It's in the books. You gotta research it. You gotta research it.
I don't know about that one, man.
Well, you don't. That's right. That's why you gotta research it, because you know absolutely nothing about it. This is what I was trying to tell you. Man. But this is for your audience. This is why Jesus changed names. And Moses wrote, "Teach us to number our days." Numbering your days was the
Jesus changed
numbering
his
name? Numbering your days. Let's stay focused here.
Well, you throw out Jesus changed his name. That totally blew me away there.
Oh, yeah. I'm giving you examples of people who study at the Egyptian mystery schools. Pythagoras. Maybe you have Pythagorean theorem in high school. Jesus studied there. From there, he changed the names of his disciples. Moses studied there. And this is where the reference to you haven't researched it. So this is what? Wow.
Yeah, that seems very far-fetched,
I felt the same way. I felt the same way until I studied.
Oh.
So anyway,
you're
here
gonna have
you
to
go.
send me some links to
numbering.
That one, that's pretty out there, man.
I didn't think you would get it, but this is for your listeners. Numbering your days, because they're wondering too, is the formula that we just did when I added your month, your day, and your year. We numbered them. Month, day, and year, came up with the sum, and that 11 is about revelation.
Where in this verse does it say adding numbers together? It says number your days. It doesn't say anything about numerology. This is numbering your days. Be conscientious.
I know what it says.
You are a limited person, because if you read the full thing here, our days pass away under your wrath. We finish our years with a moan. The length of our days is 70 years. This is talking about a life, not adding numbers together to find your meaning and whatnot.
That's how you interpret it. That's how you interpret it, because you have not researched it. Let me give you another example.
It's pretty obvious.
Numbers in the Bible.
Their span is the trouble of the sorrow. They quickly pass and we fly away. I mean, it's very, very obvious. It's talking about a life here, the span of a life.
Yes, exactly. And that is the level of understanding. That's the level of understanding. Okay.
So I have to go to the Egyptian mystery schools
when you read that. Now, another example would be the number 3. The number 3. Jesus was sought by 3 wise men, denied by 3.
Does not say 3.
3 wise men.
Not one spot.
He was denied.
Does it say there were 3 wise men? Not one spot.
I didn't say it was in the Bible. It said he was sought by 3 wise men.
Right. Where are you getting that from?
I think that you've also heard that, and you're gleeful now because you've heard it.
It's an assumption.
Because you've heard it, didn't you? Didn't you hear that? So I'm going to move right past that, because you've heard about the 3.
But it's not in the Bible, though.
That's right. People going to question it, look, research it, say it's not in the Bible, but everyone has heard that story. Everybody's heard that story. So I'm going to move past whether you want to research it or validate it. I'm just going to say people have heard that story. I'm not going to argue with you whether it's not in the Bible. I didn't say it was. Okay, I don't know why you want to hold on to that. You want to hold on to that.
Right. Well, you're making
the claim that I'm making is everyone's heard that story. Can you hear me okay? You said it's not in the Bible. I didn't say, hey, look in the Bible and you'll see. I said 3 wise men. Also, 3 sleeping disciples. also denied 3 times before the rooster could crow and arose on the 3rd day. Do you see a pattern there?
No.
Your listeners will notice a lot of 3s. The number 40 shows up very often. Look at the page. 4 stands for work and order. 0 is a symbol for God. So when the 40 shows up, what do you think that means? A new order being imposed by God. That's the number 40.
Lot, Craig. That's a lot. That's reading a lot.
The number
into
4.
It.
What does the number 4 mean? Just read what's on the page. Don't read a lot. That's why I sent it to you. Share it with your audience because they can't see it.
Oh, I'll put it on there for sure. No, 100%.
What does the number 4 mean?
You've attributed the number 4 to work and orderly.
No. Hold up.
No?
I'm only 70. Numerology has been around 3,500 years. I'm not attributing. I'm a scientist. No. I've researched this and I'm sharing what I've discovered.
Don't see the science, man. I just don't see
the problem. You haven't researched. Just read what it says. Take advantage of my research. I've done it. What does it say about the 4?
I said it was work and orderliness.
Orderliness. Work and orderliness. Now, what does a 0 say?
I don't have 0 on here. It just goes 1 through 99.
0 is a symbol for God. 0 is a symbol for the God.
Oh, there
no,
it is.
That's what you said. Where's the 0 in the beginning? All right. So when you put orderliness, work of orderliness with God, that's the number 40.
It's a lot, man.
I'm not stretching anything. It's on the page in 4 words. Work, order, source, God. 4 words. So when you see the number 40, what it means is God's establishing a new order.
Yeah.
He's at work. And it comes from the 4 and the 0 on your page. Not a far stretch, simple. 40 days, 40 nights, 40 days in the wilderness. Whenever you see the number 40, listeners, you'll know God's establishing a new order.
So let's get into this God. Can you describe your deity for me?
Impossible.
He is impossible? Or
no, it's impossible for me to describe. It's almost like if you blew a dog whistle and asked me, could I hear it? I'm not wired. My ears can't hear that. My eyesight's only geared toward a certain range of frequency, like my ears. So my mind can't conceive of what you just asked me.
So to you,
it's impossible
God is
for me to describe. Now you're trying to, I don't know, maybe you can't hear me.
I'm trying to understand, Craig. It's so weird.
Maybe you can't hear me. Do you do this to create controversy for your show? You just heard what I said. I know you heard what I said.
Craig, I heard it, but I didn't understand
to answer your question.
Make any sense
do you remember what you asked me?
Craig.
Do you remember what you asked me?
Craig,
what did you ask me?
Describe your deity, Craig.
Exactly. And what did I say?
Impossible.
I'm incapable of describing it because I don't have the capacity, just like I can't hear a dog whistle or I can't see beyond a certain range of color.
That doesn't make sense, Craig.
Well, you haven't studied sound and you haven't studied light. Do you know if you blow a dog whistle, a dog will respond, but you won't be able to hear it?
Well, Craig,
did you know that?
This has been fun.
Did you know that? You're learning. That's why they call it a dog whistle.
I know what a dog whistle is.
And the frequency is so high, we can't hear it.
I understand that. But so you can't describe the God that you believe
God
in, which is so weird, Craig.
It's so beyond our capacity. It's like a dog whistle. I can't describe a dog whistle.
You can't.
Because I'm not wired that way.
You just described a dog whistle.
I can't hear it. Right. I don't understand it because I can't hear it.
Right. So how do we describe God then?
You describe him. I don't have to.
You're the one that believes in him, Craig.
You're wrestling with it. You're wrestling with it.
I'm not wrestling with anything, Craig. We're wrestling right now. This is
not
frustrating.
Me.
Just describe
I'm not wrestling.
Can you describe any of his attributes? Anything?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. That would be a description.
You.
Me.
Yes.
I'm God.
Part of him. That's one of his attributes.
It's me.
Because the 0 shows up in your name. You are the God force. You are giving me the opportunity to express what I believe in, express my conviction, and giving your listeners the opportunity to discover the secrets of numbers. Because I imagine most people get on your show and you just melt them down. But I think you've been pretty much amazed.
Back and forth.
I think you've been pretty much amazed since that 11 popped up.
Not even remotely, Craig. Not even remotely. But thank you.
Not a
problem. I think we're about
Mike.
done here, Craig. I appreciate your time.
Not a problem.
And your explanation of numerology. I will share this 100%. I will share this on there so that everybody.
Fantastic.
And
fantastic. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people.
And
you haven't asked. You haven't asked. There you go. For more information about the secrets of numbers, if you'd like to know what you're contracted with God, the skills and talents, abilities that He gave you to fulfill that contract, you can reach me at my website. That's www.craigeWright.com. CRAIGEWRIGHT. Or simply email your birthday to me. cr77ig@gmail.com. Have a blessed evening.
Craig, I thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for your patience.
It was a blast, Mike.
And as
it was a blast.
Here as well, man. All right, we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you later.
God bless.
Bye, man. And that's all the show there is for you today. Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard and want to help keep the recording light on, simply go to patreon.com/BSW the podcast and sign up to be a supporter of the show. Your episodic tithes of $1 or more will give you access to the patron feed, unaired conversations, early access to each episode, and much more. For the latest events, BSW swag, and a peek behind the scenes, head on over to the show's ever-evolving webpage at thebiblesayswhat.com. The Bible Says What the book is out. Head on over to thebiblesayswhat.com and get yourself and your grandma a signed copy. Thanks to the cosmic powers of the internet, it is now possible to buy me a beer or coffee online. Simply go to buymeacoffee.com/BSW the podcast and click the appropriate buttons. If you can't support the show monetarily, please like, share, and or leave a review. As always, you can find me at the Bible Says What Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram pages. You can also reach me at bswthepodcast@gmail.com. And no matter which platform you use to listen to your podcasts, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on the next episode. Until then, would you kindly pick up your Bibles and read them? That's it. We're done.
Yay!
All
That was
right.
great.
That was so much fun, guys. Honestly, you guys, you
That
made
went
me
by
laugh.
so fast.
I need it. I need those laughs, man. I really do. I can't believe we spent 52 minutes on this shit. This is amazing. This was supposed to be like a
Went by
10 to
real
15
fast,
minute thing, and we just went. And we just,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, guys. I
Good.
appreciate it.
Mike, remind me where you are out of again.
Vegas. I'm in Vegas.
Oh, that's right, Vegas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Brent,
yeah.
why don't we invite Mike on one of the next panel streams on Wednesdays?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
We like-
what
we like
what
to
time
invite-
zone are you in?
He's in our
Vegas,
time zone,
he's
so
gonna be-
same
Vegas.
time
Oh,
as
it's in
us,
yours.
right?
No, he's not
Yeah.
Pacific. He's gonna be Central, isn't it?
No.
I'm
What time
Pacific.
is
I'm
it right now
Pacific.
for you?
Yeah. It's
You're Pacific?
5:53.
See,
Oh,
I
so
told
it's-
you.
okay.
I
Oh,
knew.
shit.
See, even I know Vegas is the same time zone. as us.
Congratulations.
See, she is the
See, I told you I
smartest.
was the smart
She's
one.
the smartest. It is. I didn't know that
Definitely.
shit. Okay. Yeah.
Did you
okay,
say
well then-
numbers? I lost track. What happened?
Yeah. I'm an accountant. I better not
Well,
lose
then,
track.
at
Mike, if you
30.
8:15, 8:15, we start at 8:30.
Yeah, you need.
Yeah, we start 8:30.
15.
8:30 my time? Your time? Our
yes.
time?
Your time. Yeah, it's 8
Till 10
Wednesdays?
p.m.
Fucking
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
So
on
Mike, what I'll
Wednesday.
do is when
Yeah.
when he sends a StreamYard link, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we're just watching a couple of 2 or 3 Christian videos and reacting to them.
Fucking love it, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like Benjamin finds the
The
greatest.
best.
Yeah, I mean, we all post to this one thing, right? So it's like this one Facebook group, and we all just pop our shit in there, like, oh, this is ridiculous. Put that in there. And you never know what Benjamin's gonna pick out of it. You know
he's just like, I got 3 videos. And we're like, okay.
Candy bar, and he's just blindly putting his hand in. I mean,
I love it. I love it.
And then he'll find if you think I usually take a left out of bounds and all that, I don't know. I think Mike seems to feed me that.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we'll be able to focus at all.
Oh, so you're trying to say that Mike's going to derail the show?
Yeah, it's my fault.
No.
Just blame Mike.
Mike's going to be the catalyst.
We have it.
Solidarity.
He's like kindred spirit, man.
As long as I get one of
those hats for Mike.
As long as I get one of those hats.
Yeah, as long as you get Squidgepus, right?
I will wear it to work. I love it.
I can't wait to walk out in public in the snow with this on. I can't wait.
He totally will.
You got to go to a reggae
you should see his Costco picture.
There you go.
Nobody would get mad at all. You'd be
nobody.
No, people love it.
I never understood why people, like, take a picture, like, besides like a driver's license where you have to like make a frown. Everybody just says, you got to take a picture for your ID card for Costco, and everybody's like, and on my picture I'm more like,
I like the Buddy Christ
totally
pose. That's my thing.
But that's exactly it. That's exactly how it would be anyway. I think your driver's ID should be the same thing, because I'd be going, hey man,
you can wear a colander now.
I always try to do it at the last second and just be like,
the Church of the
like,
Flying Spaghetti Monster got colanders approved.
They did. They did. Yeah. I should totally do that next. My shit expires next year. I'm totally doing that. Oh my God.
I don't know if they got that in Vegas.
Though. Yeah, they definitely did here.
They did in Canada. I'll have to check into
in BC, the guy that fought for it lived in the little town that I lived in.
That's fantastic.
It's a state thing, right? So a provincial or state thing. So you got to check with your
all the Christians are like, look how silly these things.
But it's considered religious.
It's true.
Wear.
It's so true. They're like, it's so silly. They believe in this weird pasta guy. It's like for real. It's like, no, it's satire. No, it's for real.
No, they wear them on
but when you talk to the guy that we talked to,
pictures. I mean,
he believed it.
The whole thing.
Well, it's so funny because it's the same thing as all atheists. They believe in Satan. No, we don't.
No,
who the hell believes in Satan?
Right.
Christian believes in Satan.
Yeah. Satanists don't even worship Satan.
No, only Christians believe in Satan.
Why did they have to have the kids?
This comes from your worldview.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's disturbing.
Yeah. Oh, I have to go check on the pork roast or on the pot roast.
I can't wait to talk to you guys again. This is so much fun. I appreciate the crap.
So when is this airing, Mike? Or is this aired already?
What is today? Live, was it?
I'm getting heat.
So next week. It'll be next week.
Okay, cool. Send me the link and I'll make sure to share it on our.
Don't forget to send me the Jeopardy thing so I can put it at the end of there and add it together and all that shenanigans.
Oh, I didn't send it to you? I thought I had.
Oh, you might probably have.
I've sent like via messenger.
Check my email in like 2 weeks.
Oh, did you want it via email?
Oh, email probably be best. That would honestly probably be best.
Sorry, via email?
Quickest. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm seeing things. Is it okay? How long is it? 2 minutes, God. 1 minute, or 33 seconds?
Probably 2
minutes. I got 3 things here. 2 minutes. It's probably the longest one. Can you guys hear that? Or is that just me?
No. Yeah, it's just you.
Just you.
Okay, yeah, I found it. It's 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I got it. No worries.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
All right.
I found this. I lost everybody else. Where did everybody go?
No, we did. We got things to do.
You can never lose us. Like the gremlins, we always pop back up.
Love it. Cancer. Love it, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. I gotta get one. I need one. I love beanies. I know. It's almost beanie season.
It's a toque. We will convert you Americans. It's a goddamn
Why is it called a toque?
I don't know. It's actually, to be honest, I believe that toque is an indigenous word. I think so. I don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna pretty sure it is.
Fool of a toque.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Sabrina says it's a fool of a toque from the indigenous people. It's
they were good. Yeah. I just scream.
It also
out
could be a
fucking-
French word.
Well,
But I don't think it is.
I always thought of it as a French. The way it's spelled.
The way it's spelled would indicate French.
Oh, oui, oui, oui.
Oh, don't
He
make
doesn't
me
like
use my
when
French
you do
accent.
that.
Hey.
No, he's offended right now. I mean, he's too
don't
nice
want
to say
my-
it, but he's offended.
I will send my angry beaver at you, love.
And
Damn Yankee.
it's funny too, because I was gonna go as Tim Pool for Halloween, and that would actually be a really good.
I love it.
You would make a better Deadpool than Tim Pool.
You were right. It is a French word.
Oh, I should be dead Tim
It
Pool.
is. Oh, nice.
And just combine them, just have a Deadpool with a
You
beanie.
know how
With
the
a-
Americans don't know it. It's been around since 1505.
Wow.
1505?
Yeah.
Toque?
So we beat you guys.
Yeah.
The word toque has been around since 1505.
Full of a toque.
In
Full of a
English,
toque.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
I love it.
History
Thank
lesson.
you for that knowledge. I will pass that on. It's not
There's one thing you can
indigenous,
say about our
it's
show
French.
is you've learned something now.
Absolutely.
Useless.
You've
We're all
learned that
sitting there
you've learned
with
that toque
Google
is a
ready to
word
go.
and you learned this octopus toque somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I love useless
My
information.
work is done.
I live off of useless information. I love
You know
it.
the funny thing is that technicals actually kind of curl. It's even better.
Yeah.
They kinda
No
curl.
way. They got
They
like
do.
things in them?
Yeah.
Or they just.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They've
they
got
actually,
the green
They
is
do like
supposed
little
to be the
bouncy
sucker.
bears?
yeah,
That's
they're
so
supposed to be the
cool.
suckers. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Detail.
work on this. A lot of work on
Yeah.
this.
Did you pay a lot for that?
I can't remember. Probably.
$17.
I think I paid like $40.
$40.
$17.
Okay, well,
But
that's
that's
not
Canadian, so
the-
it's like
the fur hat you
$17.
thought was
Yeah, yeah,
$20.
$40.
I'm just kidding. I don't know
It's
the
like,
conversion.
it's like 30 pesos. So.
Yeah.
No idea.
You paid like 100 or something for the raccoon hat, didn't you?
No. I paid
No.
I'm not gonna pay $100 for a hat.
It's a rabbit fur hat with a raccoon
Raccoon, no.
tail.
The only thing I would pay $100 for the hat, which I kind of did, is the
top
hat. But that's like a real beaver
Okay,
pelt.
I have to see this
ancient
thing.
top hat.
They sewed
Oh,
mulch.
Top hat?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
together.
it's here.
have to see
He
this
has.
thing.
I don't know if I can turn my computer around, but his entire dresser has all these foam heads with different hats on it.
way.
That is terrifying.
Yeah,
That's
who
fantastic.
they're all female foam heads. No,
Not one beard among them.
no, there isn't. He's having a hard time opening the hat box.
If your place is haunted,
There
they'd
you
all
go. His
sing.
top hat's in the hat box
Right.
because it's important.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, it is. It's super real.
It's the real
No.
deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
real top hat.
He's worn that on Unapologetics before.
Yeah. We do
Yeah.
hats.
I think I
and-
saw that at Spencer's
Well, I-
once.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's a bit too small for my head, but it's actually
Here, it'll probably fit my head better.
it's actually made out of
There you
Vienna
go.
by Scott and Company, which is actually
The Royal Company.
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
actually the company that actually makes for the
the
royal
Royal
family,
Milner.
for the
Wow.
royal family in England.
So
That's-
they
And
actually
this
this is real.
actually
They-
this is actually felt. This is
Yeah.
actually beaver felt. It's actually kind of like a little fur.
Yeah.
That's the
Wow.
company that sold the Monopoly guy his hat.
Exactly.
There's some useless.
That's what he's
information.
doing for Halloween. You're ruining his Halloween costume.
I'm missing a monocle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut, by the way.
Throw a little Loki horn on it, and you'll be a variant of the monocle guy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that
Ooh.
idea.
They're like, what? I don't watch this shit. No.
It's a great show.
I got you.
It's a great
I got
show.
you. It is great.
I'm
You know what?
obsessed
Maybe I
with it.
should put the octopus and then the.
Oh, good
Oh,
lord.
oh, now I have
Oh,
to
now
take a
you're
picture
getting
at this
bottom.
point. That's
No
amazing.
shit.
Classy octopus.
Oh, there it is.
The octopus wearing a top hat, but nobody can see it. You gotta like,
Oh,
yeah.
You just
Yeah,
need
there
a
you
big
go.
ass monocle to put in front of one of those googlies.
Here, better yet, I'll just put the phone in portrait mode. and take a
You got a monocle anywhere? Anywhere?
Right.
We don't have a monocle, but he does have a what do you call it? A cane with the
Just
little.
hold it up there.
Yeah, here, can
That's
you get your hand away?
fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
I've
That's
got the whole-
Oh, I almost want to take a picture.
New profile picture
Damn
right
it.
there.
I left my phone.
Yeah,
God damn it.
yeah, I'll send that one to you. You can
Okay,
put it
please
on.
do. Yes.
The funny thing is,
I need that in my life.
the funny thing is, we started doing this as a gag because I thought, if every week I do something just a little bit different on apologetics,
Yeah.
it becomes a little quirk, and it's one of the things the show is kind of like, oh, what the hell's gonna happen this week, right?
Kevin's gonna make his name something weird.
Make the name something weird, or
Yeah.
the hat, or something like that. There's always a little something different.
Well, we wore the
There's
mask that
something
one
fucked.
time. I don't know if I can get it off.
No, you can't.
It's always a little fucky. You know what I mean? That's the word I like to use. Fucky.
A little bit. Here, let's see if I can get the mask on.
Oh, now
Ooh.
that's a whole nother
Yeah.
show right there.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't keep it on though. I don't get my
Very
glasses are
fancy
on, it
orgy
falls
when
right
you
off.
combine the hat with the
What was that movie with Tom
No,
Cruise?
no.
What was
Yeah,
that movie with Tom
exactly,
Cruise?
exactly.
I don't think I want to
It's
know.
getting a little too.
Just eyes wide shut.
Eyes wide shut. That's the one.
That's it.
It's the eyes wide
Well, my
shut.
eyes are
never
wide
seen
open, and I saw everything.
Yeah, now I'm covered in fucking glitter. Great. Anyway.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
Well, thanks again for all this,
Yeah,
Mike.
thank you.
That was
It was
great.
great.
Man, you guys rock. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank
though.
you.